Hey everybody, welcome to Friday Yoga and my YouTube yoga channel, Yoga with Simone. Thanks for joining. We've got about 5 minutes before we get started with this live class today. So for those joining live, if you can grab yourself 2 blocks and get yourself the playlist ready. Playlist link is in the chat if you're joining live. It's a Spotify playlist. And my Spotify handle, always like to remind folks in case you're newer or just still trying to figure this Spotify out, you got to get accounts. So you get a Spotify account, and then you can follow my handle, which is my friend Simone, all one word, my friend Simone, like I'm your friend, you're mine. And the Spotify playlist, all the playlists for the class are underneath my handle name. And the first one up today is today's date. It's the Spotify playlist that's called HATHA Mix. Hopefully you can work with the playlist with me. It's a nice little add-on to the sweetness of moving your body and being with your breath. Friday, end of the month already. We're a month in to 2021. How are you guys doing? I've got my tea, got my tunes, I've got some of you. Pretty good day. All right, I'll put this over here. For today's practice, we're, as I mentioned, going to do a hatha mix, which is a little bit, a little slower than your, my typical vinyasa. I offer a slow vinyasa to begin with, a slow flow, but we are going to be in the poses a little bit longer, and there's quite a lot in the way of the standing series of this practice today, offering in that. So if that's something that you want to know about, that's what I'm going to offer. The idea of offering poses for a little bit longer is just so we can peel away the layers of strength that we're normally familiar with. So when you get into that chair pose or that warrior two, we go to a known place more regularly than not. But when we kind of take ourselves out of the familiar by holding the pose a little longer, we get into what we call the non-dominant muscles. And we become a little more aware about what the body needs to do and how the breath needs to work in order to be in a pose for a little bit of an extended period of time. Paul Fox, thank you, honey. That's husband Paul telling me the sound is good, so hopefully the sound is good for all of us. Heads up before we get started, we have 1 more minute before we get started on this class, today's class. Beginning February, the first Wednesday of February, we're going to return to my previous time slot of offering live classes. So that will be at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern. And the live classes will be taking place on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. That's for sure. I'm playing with the idea of adding a Saturday class. If you think that's a cool idea, send me a message. All right, sweet yogis, it is 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, and lots of AMs and PST times or EST times elsewhere if you're joining live. We're going to get started right away. So if you could just get ready with your playlist, I'm going to count it down. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, hit play. You're going to take a lie down on your back body with your mat framed by your props. Corpse pose, big exhale out the mouth whenever it feels right. And then a big inhale to rise the belly and the chest. And a big exhale out. Step the soles of the feet to the mat. And just point the knees up to the sky. Feet about hip width distance. And then take the hands behind the head and interlock the hands behind the head. And try and let your elbows fall a little open. If you need support underneath the elbows or arms, because there's a bit of resistance there, you can slide your props there. Feet about hip width distance, as I mentioned. Just take a deep breath in. And let's wag both our knees a little bit and slowly to the left. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out the nose. Pick your knees back up by pressing to feet. Inhale, slow and steady to center. Slow and steady, knees to the right. Breathe out. Stay there as you land. Take a breath in. And exhale. And come back up to center with the knees slow. Breathe in. Release the hands by your side body. Breathe out. Hands stay by your side body, arms long. Pick up the knees towards the chest. Breathe in. And move the knees kind of slow but steady in any kind of motion. Maybe circles, maybe number 8s as you exhale. Keep moving them as you inhale. Slow and steady, keep moving them as you exhale. Feel the lower back and the hips open up. 2 more breaths as we do this. Exhale all the breath out the nose as you slowly find a little movement in the knees. And then arrive to center with the knees over your chest and hug the knees in. Either wrap the arms or hands to the knees. Breathe in. Long the spine. Exhale, pull and hug. Hands behind the knees, rock forward and back. Few more rocks for 5, 4, 3, 2. The next rock forward is going to get you to stand 1. Stand up. Reach tall through the arms. Breathe in. Heel toe the feet in. Hands to heart. Breathe out. Take a pause here. Swaying maybe front and back. Feeling your feet ground. Maybe picking up the toes as you sway back, spreading the toes in the space of the air. And then grounding them down as you sway forward. And then sway to center. Take a breath in with hands to heart. And drop your arms down, mountain pose, breath out. This is going to be the front of the mat, wherever you are right now. Take your arms high, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, breathe out. Half sun salutation, halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Stand up, arms overhead, breathe in. Bring the hands to heart, breathe out. Drop the arms, then sway them forward and up, breathe in. Hinge at the hips, forward fold, breathe out. Halfway up, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Fold, Uttanasana breath, exhale. Stand up, arms overhead, breathe in. Warming up the spine, hands to heart, breathe out. Drop the arms down, then sway them forward and up, breathe in. Hinge at the hips, exhale, fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, breathe in. One more fold here, breathe out. Stand up, arms overhead, breathe in. Bring the hands to heart, thumbs rest on the chest, breathe out. Listen, drop the arms, then sway them forward and up, breathe in. Keep the arms there, sit down to chair pose, Utkatasana, breathe out. Straighten the legs, breathe in. Sit down lower, breathe out. Really hug your belly in for this. 2 more, straighten, inhale. Sit down low. Straighten the legs, keep the arms strong, breathe in. Sit down lower, put the butt in the chair, breathe out. Stay there, take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, breath out. Stay in a forward fold, tuck your chin in and let your neck hang long. And take 2 big breaths in and out. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Breathe in, long spine. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and put your left knee down. Low lunge. Put your shoelaces to the floor on the left foot, arms high. Breathe in. Interlock the hands behind the head. Keep your elbows mostly wide and then go up and over to the right for a side bend. Stay put here as you press through your right heel and the back shoelaces. And hug the right foot towards the left foot and the left foot towards the right foot. Breathe in through your left side. Take an inhale and exhale. Come back up to center. Kick your arms high. Breathe in. Exhale the hands down. We're going to step to downward face dog. If you need to modify that, that's a child's pose. Hold down dog. 3 breaths. There's 1. 2 more breaths. Feel the pads of the fingers ground down. It's almost like you could lift from the heels of the hands. 1 more breath in. Look forward, bend the legs, heels high, breathe in. Right foot, then left foot to the top of the mat. Breathe out. Fold. Stand up, arms overhead, take an inhale. And draw the palms to heart, thumbs rest on the chest, exhale. And listen, drop the arms, then arms forward and up. Breathe in, keep the arms high. Sit to chair pose and sit lower than you did before. Straighten the legs, breathe in. Sit low, breathe out, really work the legs. 2 more. The exhale gets the low sit butt in the chair. 1 more, straighten the legs, breathe in. Sit way low, stay low in the sit, exhale. But 2 breaths here as you hold your chair and look forward, chin neutral. 1 deep breath in. Stay, breath out. Load your spring with an inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, bow down. And tuck your chin in along your neck, hang out for 2 breaths. Uttanasana, breathe in. Bow into it, breathe out. 1 more breath in. Exhale, sigh. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Right foot back, step back, right knee down. Right shoelaces ground, arms high, breathe in. From Anjaneyasana, interlock the hands behind the head, elbows mostly wide, up and over to the left. Hanging out here as you ground through the right shoelaces, the left heel, and drag those 2 in towards one another to open right side and pull the pelvic floor into this opening as well. Breathe big into the right side. And then come up to center, kick the arms high, breathe in. And step the hands down to carry that to downward face dog, ground, breathe out. Go nowhere fast, savor down dog, 3 breaths. Look forward, bend the legs, heels high. Breathe it in. Left foot, then right foot to the top of our mat. Forward fold, exhale. Stand up, arms high. Breathe it in. Simple moves, hands to heart, thumbs rest on that chest. Breathe it out. Drop the arms down, then bring them forward and up, feet together. Inhale. And sit down into the chair. Exhale. Stand up. Chair, lower, sit. Stand it up. Chair, lower, sit. Stand it up. Lowest sit. Hold that sit with your arms high. Breathe in. Hands to heart, twist right, breathe out. Press your right palm to your left, rotate your right rib cage up and back, and send your left hip back. Line your hips up. Keep the twist of prayer. Twist, look down to the feet, breathe in. Lift the left heel, step the left foot back into a lunge and twist, breathe out. And then go deep into this hold as you press into the ball of the left foot for more twist and length through that back leg. Left hip pulling back. Long hold, one more breath in, you got this. One more breath out. Put your hands down, frame the foot, breathe in. Go to the tips of the fingers, straighten the front leg, breathe out. Walk the tips back towards the back of your mat. And then turn the tips of the fingers to face the back of the mat and pull your heart in for stretch. One more breath in. Straight legs, breath out. Walk the hands forward. Kick the right leg back and up. Breathe in. Bend the leg, stack the hip, breathe out. Right hip on top of left. Open your right side of the room, right side of the mat. 3, 2. Step forward to the right thumb, breathe in. And then left heel down, left toes look out, warrior 2, breathe out. Ground through the mounds of the feet, almost picking up the toes, arms high, right leg straight, breathe in. And then arms down to warrior 2, bend the front leg, breathe out. 2 more. Exhale gets that bend in the long of the arms. 1 more. Both arms long unless working with something in your shoulder and your wrists like me. Warrior 2, stay put. Warrior 2, look over the front fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exalt your warrior. Take an inhale. So you're reaching up and back to that right side open. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step the left foot forward and fold. Uttanasana, fold. Take a breath in. Tuck your chin in, long neck, breath out. Stand up, arms high, breathe in. Land the hands to heart, chest on the thumbs on the chest, breath out. Arms forward and up, feet together, inhale, keep the arms there. Sit way down into that chair, really look for the seat. Stand up, arms strong, inhale. Exhale, sit, even sliding the shoulder blades down the length of the spine. 2 more. Stand up. Sit a little lower. 1 more. Stand up. Sit the lowest you can go. Take a breath in and a breath out. And draw your belly in, inhale. Hands to heart, twist the other way towards your left. Sit in the twist with this low bum and the high heart, almost like up dog. Twirling your left rib cage up and back and really getting into the hold. Look down in your prayer twist. Lift your right heel. Step into that lunge. Woo! And then look over to the left and stay in that lunge. If you fall out, come back. Breathe in and out. Back leg strong and straight. Heat inside is turning up. Who needs hot yoga? You are hot yoga. One more breath in. And out. Come back through the hands, framing the foot. Breathe in. Come to the tips of the fingers and straighten the front leg. Breathe out. And you can tuck your chin in. Tips of the fingers walk back. And then face the tips of the fingers towards the back of the mat to pull the heart in for this stretch. Whole breath in. Folding in a pyramid-like pose. Left hip back, right hip forward. One more breath in the hold. So you're not holding your breath, you're shaping up the hold of the pose. Walk the hands forward. You bend the left leg and then kick up. Breathe in. Should feel good. Bend the left leg. Stack the left hip open towards the left side of your mat. One breath in and out. Straighten the leg, in breath. Step to the left thumb. Exhale, right heel down, right toes look out. Second warrior, come up. And just be in the thick of it. The heat that you're turning on in your body by the will of your body moving and the breath being whole. You might pick up your toes, ground through the mounds of the feet, and then straighten the arms, straight front leg, arms high. Breathe in. Ooh, flying, and then warrior two. Two more. Fly it. Slowly working the strength of the thighs. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Fly it. Warrior two. Exalt your warrior to reach up and back. Left side open. Hold the shape. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands so that the right heel then looks up as you step forward. Exhale. Feet hip width distance. Drop your head heavy. Two more breaths. Peace fingers to big toes. Elbows out towards the sides of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Charge your arms, elbows point out to the sides as you pull your fold deeper. Exhale. Sway the weight into the fronts of the feet with the pull. Keep the charge of the arms. Keep it interesting here. One more breath in. Awesome. Let it go. Heel toe a little wider. Heels will be in, toes will be pointing out. Daffy Duck style, halfway lift. Breathe in. Sit down into Malasana Squat. Sit up into the length of the spine. Almost feeling a little squeeze of your upper inner thighs, and you can bring your hands to heart or you can jet the arms forward. Feel a little squeeze of the upper inner thighs, maybe to pick up your pelvic floor a little higher. Breathe in. You should feel it in your shins as well. Breathe out. Take a seat, maybe use your hands behind you, kick your legs up into Navasana. Try and lengthen your spine here so that you're aware of whether it's going to round, and try and take that out of the equation. Right? And then lengthen, go long, breathe in, hovering the shoulders and the legs. Exhale, come up and squeeze the belly in. Go long, breathe in. Exhale and squeeze it in. 4 more. Take your block, one of them, see if you can put it in between your inner thighs and hold on. And then make it interesting. Go long, breathe in. Squeeze up, breathe out. Long. So we're adding 4 more. Up. One more. Go long, breathe in. Take the block out, put it beside you. Lie down, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Take full breaths in. Sigh it out. Press the feet together more actively here. Feel your inner thighs turn on. Lift the feet up off the ground about 1/2 inch and still press. Put those guys back down. Feel the press of the feet together, feet pressing up against one another, feet resting on the ground. Feel the charge of the inner thighs. Interlock the hands behind the head. Breathe in to lift the head a bit. Breathe out as you press the feet together to lift the shoulders high. Lift the feet. Feel that. Take an inhale. Close the knees in space. Inhale, open the knees, feet are about 1 inch off the ground, feet together in prayer. You're still hovering the head and the shoulders off the ground. Close the knees, exhale. 4 more. Breathe in. Close the knees without touching the feet down. 3 more. Close the knees. 2 more. Out the nose, close the knees. 1 more. Open up the knees to Baddha Konasana, hovering feet. Exhale, close the knees. Open the knees, hover the feet and the knees. Breathe in. Lie it down through the head and the feet. Breathe out. Take the hands to the outsides of the knees. Close the knees like a book. Take a breath in. Wag the knees to the left. Breath out. Come back to center. Inhale. Trusting your body here, knees to the right. Exhale. You don't need to know what's next. Just trust that you've got breath. Knees up. Breathe in. Hug the knees into the chest. Breathe out. Take happy baby here. It should feel kind of nice to widen the knees and open through the inner thighs. Can you straighten the legs a bit more? Breathe in. Lower back down and shoulder blades ground. Breathe out. Close up the knees more to happy baby and then rock forward and back. Woo! For the count of 5 and 4. Remember, on 1, you're going to stand up and reach tall through the arms. 2. And 1, getting that momentum, arms high, breathe in, stretch, morning stretch. Hands to heart, stepping the feet closer together, breathe out. Take the arms high on an inhale, listen carefully, arms stay. Start to sit and bring the left leg over the right, exhale. Wrap your left arm underneath the right or hug. Keep the elbows high. Sit low into eagle, but high through the heart. Take a breath in and out. Unwind the arms, left knee high, breathe in. As you cactus the arms, kick back into topple tree and keep the elbows a little higher than lower. Breathe in. Woo! Breathe out. Step the left ball of the foot down, crescent lunge, arms shoot up. Take an inhale. Stay put for the exhale. Let's have a second pyramid pose, hands to hips. Elbows a little more behind the knot, straighten the front leg. Breathe in. And fold with a hinge at the hips. Focus on a straight spine, move slow. Maybe even pulling the right hip back with your right fingertips. If you're getting more than halfway and you're starting to find balance is a struggle, grab your blocks and frame your front foot as you fold. Walk your fingertips back like we did before. Face your fingertips to the back of the mat. Pull it in. Get decent about this stretch for 3, 2. Walk your hands forward and walk to the left for a wide-legged fold. Turn all 10 toes towards the left side of your mat. If you need your prop to stand up a little taller through the heart, you can use that prop. At least 3 breaths in the fold. Maybe shift the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Be mindful of the neck being long and the freedom of the neck
kind of echoing into the freedom of the spine. Then come halfway up to an in breath. Keep your left fingertips down on the floor, off your mat probably, underneath your nose, right arm high. Draw your right hip in and down. Breathe in. And twisting open here, breathe out. Bring your right hand down, take that inhale. Standasana. You're going to turn your left toes slightly out and bend your left leg to stand your right toes up and ground through the right heel. Should be in the ball of the left foot with the left heel high. And you might balance here and hands to heart, or you might rest the fingertips onto the floor, kind of in the middle of your legs, in between. And can we work the non-dominant muscles? And we're going from here right into warrior two. So as you bend your right leg and spread your wings, left leg is straight, left toes look in. Breathe in. Squeeze the upper inner thighs here. Breathe out. Take your right forearm to right thigh. Kick your left arm to 12 o'clock. And maybe open your right arm to 6. If you open the right arm to 6, it's on the inside of your right thigh, pushing your thigh back. Come up to warrior two, but reverse it all the way back. Breathe in. Cartwheel the hands, flip the back heel up, and then kick into standing splits to the left high. Freedom as you fold. 2. 1. Put the left knee behind the right knee on an exhale. Flamingo, bend both legs. Curtsy squat here for 3. 2. And sit down and we'll have a spinal twist. Same shape in the legs, right sole of the foot mostly grounded. Both sit bones down. Right hand behind, left arm high. Breathe in. And twist, open, breathe out. Use the abdomen. Tuck that abdomen in, lengthen the spine, and twist. But don't let that gaze go further than the body twists. For 3. Hold the pose, the shape, not the breath. 2. One more breath in and out. Come out of that twist. Back into Navasana for 1 beat. Kick the legs up, boat pose, holding maybe the back of the knees or arms long. Go long, Ardha Navasana. Breathe in. Squeeze up, breathe out. 3 more. One more. Long, take an inhale. Lie it down, exhale. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug around the knees for 1 exhale breath. And then return to that rock and roll and use it to massage the whole of the spine. Create a little bit of energy in the body. On 1, we're going to stand. 3, 2, and 1. You stand with your arms high overhead in the stretch. Breathe in. As you step the feet together, hands to heart, thumbs rest on that chest. Drop the arms to swing them forward and up. Keep them high. Breathe in. Sit down really low and then bring the right leg over the left into eagle. Wrap your right arm underneath the left or hug. And then sit into the nitty-gritty of that low sit with the high heart for your Eagle Garudasana. 3 more breaths. And kick the arms high, right knee up. Breathe in. As you cactus the arms, right leg back. Keep the cactus with the elbows high and this toppling tree with your right leg high. Step the right ball of the foot down. Crescent lunge, arms shoot up. Breathe in. And stay in crescent lunge. Breathe out. Fight for that strength of bending the left leg a little more, dipping into that front right hip. Option for hands to the hips, or do you want to try interlocking them behind? Inhale, straighten the front leg, and then fold with the long of the spine and move slow so you can avoid teetering. And it might be the case that as you get halfway there, you feel the pull of the left hip needing to go back, right hip forward. You might feel a bit of teetering, so you can bring the blocks to frame your foot as you fold with a little support. And we could keep moving and doing, but can you enjoy this space here? Maybe bringing the fingertips to the floor if they're on the blocks. And then walking the fingertips back towards the back of your mat. And facing the fingertips towards the back of the mat to pull your fold in. Walk the hands back towards the front of the mat, framing the front foot. Breathe in. Walk them to the right. Create a wide-legged fold. All 10 toes will face the right side of your room and mat. And then you'll just fold, trusting the whole fold here. Trusting to let the head go, to pull the neck long, to echo that into the spine. And in that long space of the spine, there's space, literal space between the vertebrae, literal space, literal beats of oxygen that feed that space. Hang heavy, don't give up on it yet. Breathe in and out. You can come halfway up out of that exhale. Right fingertips kind of underneath your nose on the floor so that you can kick the left arm up to 12 o'clock. Or invite a twist with support, twirling the left rib cage up and back, but drawing the left hip in and down. You'll bring the left hand arm down. Breathe in. You'll turn your right toes slightly out so that you can bend the right leg and kick the left, or not kick the left toes, yes, up to ground through the left heel, Standasana. So earning a bit of this space here. And then knowing that you're setting up for warrior two in one smooth move. Inhale, press the back leg straight, bend the left leg, warrior two, turn the right toes slightly in. Squeeze the upper inner thighs. Exalting your warrior, breathe in. Put your left forearm onto your left thigh and kick your right arm up, 12 o'clock. Maybe 6 o'clock on the left arm. If that's happening, push the left arm to the inner left thigh. And then create space with breath through the torso. One more inhale and exhale. Come up to warrior two only to exalt your warrior. Reach up and back, left side open, breathe in. Woo! Come back forward, cartwheel the hands. You're going to kick the right heel up momentarily and then standing splits, right leg high. Fold in. Bow in, sigh in. One more inhale here. Right knee hides behind the left knee. There's a bend in the left leg and obviously a bend in the right leg. Curtsy squat. One breath in. Flamingo, and then out of flamingo, set up for a half spinal twist as you put your bum down, keeping the shape of the legs. Ground your left sit bone, left hand behind, right arm high. Breathe in. And twist, but let the twist materialize honestly, not with your gaze going beyond your body. Come out of the twist, all the way out. Breathe in. And then I want you to release your right leg long, kick open towards what was the right side of your mat, legs long. Some legs are going to be wider. Some legs are going to be a little less wide. Grab your blocks. Walk the fleshy parts out. Breathe in. Ground through those sit bones because you just created space to do so. Sit up tall. Breathe out. Flex your feet. Toes look more up than not. That choice of toes looking more up than not mean more active legs. If you're already in sensation mode through the inner thighs, put your blocks out in front of you, hands on the blocks. And then you walk down through the heart. Maybe set your forearms. Back up so you get a better view. Hang out here. We're going to treat this a little more yin-like. Can you take 2 breaths and just find out what your sensation's all about, what your stretch is all about? If things are looking good, walk down a little further. Fold your torso a little more with the length of your spine. The thing about things looking good is that it evolves. The shape that you take on the onset of this pose may materialize to be a little different by the end of it. The level of intensity you may have more available to you over time. Some people will fold pretty decently with a long spine and just be able to touch their heart to the ground. Some people will slip a block or a prop underneath their heart and bring the floor to them. And again, things may change with a breath or two. Try and get out of pulling your lower spine into any pain sensation. That's not sensation we want. We want broad stretch sensation. So you'd back up. Get out of it a bit. Take about 3 more breaths, maybe deepening it, maybe staying put or backing off a bit. Take a pause, maybe a full breath in and or out, before you decide you're going to leave this pose. And then walk yourself up with a straighter spine than not. Sit up tall by grounding into your sit bones. Soften the gaze, maybe even closing the eyes, and soften your feet. One more pose, one for each side. If you have a wall that you want to lean up against, you could do that. Or a barn door that you trust. Legs long as you sit up against wherever you're leaning onto. That just helps get your spine long. And then you'll cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And as you lean up against the wall, if that's what you're choosing, you're going to bend your left leg and press the left sole of the foot onto the mat. If you don't feel like you need the wall, you don't need to take the wall, but it can intensify the stretch. Flex your right foot. That's the foot and ankle that's crossed over in figure number 4. Let it go to wag your left knee to the left. And if you have a block or prop, or even just your hand, you can kind of press to the inside of your right knee as you twist and look over your right shoulder a bit. You'll feel a little goes a long way. Don't ram in there. Come out of the twist of the gaze, neutralize the gaze forward to center. Bring the legs back up and lengthen your right leg long and your left leg. Guess what? The right leg's longer, I know. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. If you're leaning up against the wall, lean. And then you kind of straighten the spine wherever it is, whether it's leaning up against something, hands behind. Sit up tall. Keep your seat grounded. Don't lift off. And flex your left foot as you cross left ankle over the right thigh. And try and relax your shoulders. Even in my body, they have a tendency of scrunching up to the ears. Relax that space. Get the sensation from the opening of the hip, not the shoulders riding up. Come out of this by right knee falling to the right. Left sole of the foot grounding. Right hand to the inside of the left knee. And trying to just push away as you turn and twist over the left shoulder. Come out of it slow. Bring your knees back up. Straighten your left leg, straighten your right leg. Have a moment. Have some water. And then take yourself to lie down on your back body. For final Shavasana. And if you're moving along with our playlist, you should be by the end of it for a silent Shavasana. Sometimes it plays on depending on the settings of your Spotify. If that's happening, that's fine too. But if you have the space for silence, land in silence. Thank you for joining today, whenever you find this class. If you're joining live, see if you can enjoy a few more beats. Sweet dreams, everybody. Namaste.